As it was late in the day, I didn't get around filming much, as I had limited daylight. So I rushed making camp, getting out of my dry suit, and then looked for a place to have a campfire. Then after spending some time getting firewood, I settled down and made a nice fire and got working on my supper. Okay, it was a late night. Got to camp pretty much at 6 o'clock and just having supper now. So the south branch of the Harris River was flowing very strong. It was very high and it was moving really fast. And my original plan was to camp. Hopefully you guys can hear me because I'm camped beside falls right now. Anyhow, I was supposed to, well, my plan was to camp at the junction between South and North Branch. I was going to come up the North Branch a bit, just find a campsite, or I was actually going to go down a little bit on the North Branch because I know there was another set of falls there and I was going to camp there. But what worried me was that as I came down the South Branch, the water was really high, it was swollen, and it was moving really quick. And so I knew that this could pose a little bit of a problem for me going back upriver on the North Branch. And so because of that, I decided that today, instead of camping at the junction, I would spend some time moving up the North Branch. Surprise, surprise, it actually wasn't bad. I think for some reason, just the way the river works, more of the water got diverted to the South Branch. And the North Branch, even though it was higher than when I came down it in the early summer, it's wider, and I don't know, it just probably wasn't getting as much water as the South Branch, and so I really didn't have any problems. I mean, there's a few times I had to get out in line and stuff like that, but not the problems that I expected. So it was unfounded. So I really could have camped further down. But anyhow, it doesn't make a difference. It's better to be safe than sorry. Anyhow, I'm just tucked in this nice little natural wall, and you can hear the river, the falls right beside me. And I'm having supper. And it's just after 8 o'clock. So it's late. The one good thing is that tonight, because I'm not by the lake, and also because there isn't much wind, it's so much warmer today, even though the temperature is close to zero. Yesterday, the temperature was really warm, but once the wind kicked in, and then of course the rain, it was miserable. So kind of ironic that it's colder today, but it's warmer because I don't have the wind and I've got a fire. I couldn't even enjoy the fire last night because of the wind was so strong. Anyhow, just gonna enjoy my supper and probably chill by the fire. Well, that concludes another night. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's a late night. It's going to be a colder night tonight. It's supposed to get down to 0 tonight, so pretty much freezing. Usually. Anyhow, I think I've got a book behind me. I'm going to try to read for a bit, but I know I'm probably going to fall asleep. So, anyhow, signing out. Alright guys, good night. Well, good morning. I have to say, I slept way better today. Not having the wind made a huge difference. Even though I have the falls beside me, even though it was colder, I was actually really warm. So I guess it makes a real big difference based on the conditions outside as well too, on how you sleep. So I guess it's time to get up and get things going. It's still pretty dark out there, but oh man, guess I should get up and get the day started. I am just sitting by the fire, and I'm enjoying a coffee right now. But I'm gonna get breakfast going, and the last meal that I have will be an interesting one. It's the sriracha noodle meal, so I'll get that going and get some calories into my body here. It is a cold morning, but you know what? It's, I guess because the air is still here, it does not feel as bad as it did at yesterday's campsite with all the wind. Especially because I'm tucked right now just in this little, almost kind of like a little cove, and I'm surrounded by some walls here, and I guess the heat is just kind of staying in this vicinity, so it feels nice. But it was such a warm sleep last night, not having the wind, and what a difference. The only thing is, I do like silence. I'm not really a fan of sleeping by falls, but it was late last night. It was almost 6, and so I had to kind of make a decision to make camp, and so that's where I stayed. And it actually wasn't so bad. So let's get breakfast going. Usually when I'm cooking this, I will do the rice noodles separately and then mix ingredients after, but I'm not gonna bother. Just make it quick and easy and so I can eat. Rice noodles actually get rehydrate fairly quickly, so I'm gonna turn this down now. Now that I got to a boil, I'll just shut it off and leave it for about 5 minutes and it should be ready to eat. There we go. Alright, shut it off. Cap it. Come back in 5 minutes and I should be ready to eat. That's tasty. So while my meal is rehydrating, I'm going to give it about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to go and pack my hammock. Well, at least the sleeping bag and the mat. I'll pack the hammock a little later. Okay, finally having breakfast. Yeah, I don't know if I'll focus, but that's a huge amount of food. So tasty. And spicy too. Wow, that's gonna be filling. This is almost like double the portion I usually eat. I know I'm gonna finish this all. Getting the spot though. Lots of meat and veggies. Look at that. So that's a wrap. Packed up and ready to go. And a little paddle and I should be coming on the first falls, which is a even more impressive falls. And after that, a little paddle and I should be on Harris Lake. So it won't be much longer. I'll get spend some time at the next falls and then yeah, I have to conclude the trip. But it's actually a nice day. I mean, the sun's not out. There's still a little bit of a gray cover, but it's not really cold. And yeah, I don't want to go home. You can see the road here. This is the Harris Lake Road. Oh, there's a vehicle. You can see the falls up ahead. Looks like I might have to line a bit more. I forgot all these little spots that I have to line up. I guess when you're going downstream it's a lot easier. But hey, didn't get wet. So that's the key thing. Definitely more water coming down since the last time we were here. So looking forward to spending a little bit of time there before I make the last little paddle to Harris Lake. Now, of course, I'll have to portage this section, but it's not a very long portage, maybe about 100 or 200 meters at the most. On a cool, crisp day like this, it's not a problem. So this is the last falls. So I've got a short distance to paddle. I already see the ATV bridge. There's a little bit of rapid there that I gotta get past, and then I'm on Harris Lake, so I'm almost done. Had a great trip. So let's finish the last part, and well, that might conclude the last trip of the season. I'm not sure, but we'll see how the weather goes. So we are coming upon our last obstacle on the north branch of the Harris River, and luckily the tree didn't come all the way down, but then we also have a lift over, looks like a ledge. So that's what we're going to deal with. So we should be able to make it under the tree no problem, and then I'll have to drag or line the canoe up. Let's see. That's it. We are on Harris Lake. If we continue down that way, that would have been the south branch. That's how we started the whole trip. I think it was a fun journey. It was a relaxing trip. Not a lot of distance. There are not too many crazy portages. But overall, a lot of fun. Fun to end possibly the last trip of the year, and solo too. It's actually still a very nice day, and it'd be nice to stay out a little longer. But got places to go, people to see, things to do. Things to do. This is the thing to do.
I even have an armrest. And then my leg, I'll move the truck.
No, I was actually, yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I'll just hold this in.
Yeah, just hold it up for a second. I'll grab the other end.
Okay.
Just hold it up down. Yeah.
Thanks. Get out of your way.
Perfect. not taking the boat. Just goes on the side?
Just right, yeah, on the one side there.
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks so much. I usually go with other people and usually have people helping me, but I was like, I gotta figure this on my own if I do the odd solo trip. So yeah, I was gonna do that, and I was gonna. That's why I was kind of putting it at an angle, and then I would go to the back and try to lift it up. I was just trying different. Okay, so, well, that's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this end of season canoe trip on the Harris River. And I don't know for sure it's going to be my last trip, even though I'm saying that, but it could be. I had a great time. It was an easy little trip, fun little adventure, and of course, I got to see some crazy things and experience some crazy things. But that's how canoe trips often happen with me. Again, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you following along, and stay tuned for the next adventure. And until next time, TPP out. Whoa! Okay, that wasn't great. My pole came down. Alright, prop that back up again. Take two. I was going to use that pole to lift the tarp up because I don't have a tree on this side, and of course this snapped.